Hi there, Victor Pross speaking to you, Anarchist artist. Yeah, today I'd like to talk a little bit about this amazingly, incredibly hard intellectual hurdle for some people to get over. And they just really have a tough time with this. These people who have some very serious doubts and questions when it comes to anarchism, the whole idea of a stateless society. It just sounds so radical and shocking and alarming and worrisome as to if such a thing would really work. Would it work? A society without a government. Yeah, you know, there are little sparks come out of their ears, you know, and little confusion bubbles. You know, it's just. But to be fair, it's something that I had to think out myself. You might say that at one point I was a reluctant anarchist because I found the idea of a stateless society rather alarming and radical, and I was a small government advocate, and whenever I ever heard of certain anarchists, the idea, or if I ever met one, I was rather startled by a person. Even the very idea of, never mind interacting with such a person and listening to their ideas, just in the abstract, it sounded so lunatic fringe, you know. It's like, what? No government? What the fuck is that? Are these people serious? And but of course, I got over that, and I did think these issues out. Finally, I came to ask myself some very serious questions, and I decided to be extremely intellectually honest, and just really try to come to these, to examine these ideas, because I realized that it was, the whole idea of anarchy was not some cheap pop culture Johnny Rotten song, I am an anarchist. I mean, it was a system of thought, and these people are morally committed, and the arguments, when you do examine them on their own merits, are extremely compelling if you allow to the ideas to be considered with all seriousness, as opposed to any kind of emotional knee-jerk reaction to dismissing them. But and that's what I decided to do at one point in my intellectual life, was to give these an honest examination. But all right, now going on to that very question as to whether a stateless society would really, quote-unquote, quote, work. You have to ask again, what is the nature of government? Government, as it's been said 100,000 times, is a small, self-appointed ruling elite who have an exclusive monopoly on the use of force. They have done this by terms of considering it the legal use of force, and therefore preempting the whole idea of morality by claiming it to be morally obligatory and necessary and mandated by any kind of supernatural mystical construct that they've come up with, whether that be the social contract or manifest destiny. It's all bullshit. It's fairy tales. It is not a legitimate institution because it violates right at the very root the non-aggression principle. So we have to ask ourselves, when force is absent from our life, our personal life, never mind the body politic, we can start with our personal life. Does the absence of coercion and violence in your life work? Okay, the government is a monopolization of force. It is institutionalized force. Take that away. Does that work? Okay, you're walking down the street, you get mugged by people. How about if you walk down that same street, that same time, that same day, in some alternate universe where you don't get mugged? Does that work? Okay, does that work? Okay, let's go back to where you're getting mugged. Is that working for you? No? Let's go back to the other choice then. You're not getting mugged. It's the absence of force. Is that working for you? A woman gets raped. Is that working for her? No, it's not. Now she's not getting raped. She's ceasing to be raped. She's being approached on dates. She meets somebody and falls in love. Is that working? Yeah, I guess it does work. Would a stateless society work? Yes, it would work. Victor Bross, Anarchist artist, signing out. Pop goes the culture.